Welcome to dinner at the Round Table Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, and Bodega the DJ on the ones and twos. Your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Round Table.
I'm John Paul, running now, Chris White, Bodega the DJ, we are Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Welcome to Dinner at the Round Table Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, and Bodega the DJ on the ones and twos. Your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Round Table.
GG, I am DJ John Taval, Lionel Chris Ryder, Bodega the DJ on the one and twos. We are Dinner at the Round Table Podcast, your source to knowledge. Episode 2 for virtual podcast. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, you already know, man.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We're live and direct. The Bodega, bring down the music a little bit, Pop. A little bit, man.
Bodega, it's good to see you, Mr.
Still daylight
DJ.
outside. He's hyped. He's been a night crawler now these days.
Word, right?
Yeah, man.
Nocturnal.
Seeing you live, killing it always.
Yo, shout out to y'all for pulling up to my live and showing that love and support y'all always do, man, for real.
Oh, of course.
That's right.
Damn, man. Yeah, I know
People don't know that I'm-
I know JT pulled up.
Listen. Shout
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to Chris Money. Shout out to Chris's baby, Chris Money Jr. Shout out to the whole family. Nice seeing you, Chris. It was the first time I see you without a fucking haircut. Salute to you.
Look at this.
Yeah,
This
man.
that quarantine type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm from Miami. I
No
stay with a dirty vibes, but I see
Yeah.
y'all. I like getting them haircuts every Friday, man. I don't feel like
I
getting a haircut
can't,
on
man.
Friday
You
now.
know,
Yeah, I mean,
my haircut's like $50.
I got my little joint done, you know what I'm saying, this weekend.
I bet you did.
I couldn't take it
No.
anymore. Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore.
No,
I said,
those
nah, I
all the
gotta do
spots.
it. Huh? I had to do like a
No,
home
all the
visit.
spots.
I did a home visit. I had to visit one of my mans and shit. So you already know what it is, bro.
So
Yeah,
fellas,
man.
real quick, I just want to say something. Last Sunday, I couldn't be a part of the podcast because my grandfather had been rushed to the hospital. So it was a little emotional time for me. He got diagnosed with corona, a mild case of it, but he recovered and he's got money now.
There you go,
Let's
man.
get a clap for that. Let's get a clap for that, man. Let's get a
There you
clap
go,
for that, man.
man.
That's just
Strong old
I mean,
man,
I'm very-
82 years old. Corona ain't got nothing on him.
No,
That's
definitely
it.
though, man. That's
That's
definitely a
like-
clap right there, brother.
That's not that
Nah, but
Rivera power. Rivera power.
it was a little scary though, because I thought like my mom was like, it's over. That's it. It's done. It's over. You know, I thought he wasn't gonna make the night, but as the day progressed, he got better. She was saying he was good money, and right now he's in the home trying to recover because he's got to get his strength back. But
Well,
That's good though, man. That's good to know that, man. Good to actually know that your grandfather was able to recover from that. Because again, though, man, we spoke about this, prior to the podcast last week, and again, though, we gotta still take precaution with this. Although, like, I still feel there's a hidden agenda behind this, though. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk further, though, man. I mean, events on quarantine, though, man. What's been going on, man? I mean,
Benton's
this
on
week 8?
quarantine, man. Yeah, man.
Week
I mean,
8, right?
something like
Week
that.
7.
Yeah, man. Well, week 7. I think it's week 7. But
Week
it's been
7,
crazy,
bro?
man. Yeah, man. It's been,
damn,
yeah. Crazy,
it's
right?
so long right now. It's crazy, man.
What? It started the third week of May, and we're already in. I mean, it started the third week of March, and we're in the first week of May.
No, it actually happened right after my B-Day, man.
After your birthday,
Like-
you're right. Second week, right?
Yeah,
The
that
third
Monday,
week, right?
that Monday,
Yeah.
Monday,
That
it was
Monday's
like
what
right
took an
there,
effect, yeah.
and it was over.
It's
Yo,
been
it's been
about like
so
45
crazy
days,
at
right?
my
45
job right
days.
now. Yeah, we get smoked every day, bro.
Who
People
gets to smoke? We
meat,
get to
there's
smoke?
no
Who's smoking?
vegans, pescatarians. People buying meat like crazy, bro. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
You know what? I
Get
think
it
it'll be the
slapped.
opposite.
Hey, yo,
though.
I'm
That's
slinging
kinda
that meat over
strange
here
you
to
say
that quarantine wall, B.
Because
Yeah.
Nope. Yo,
I'm
the
predicting.
week before, super crazy, bro.
Chris
You
has
know
been
what?
selling that quarantine meat, huh? You're an essential meat killer now.
Oh my God!
Great.
I was doing a lot of that killing, Nelson. I was thinking about you when I was breaking that animal down. It's like this.
Oh wow! Look at that! Oh
Man.
man! Shit.
Thank God I'm in
Saying,
Just
do I have
kidding,
too much
Pop.
light? Do I have too much
Just kidding,
light?
Pop.
Thank God I'm in quarantine, right, Bodega? He can't get me that easy. I got all my weapons with me, you heard?
Oh man! But yo, Chris Snyder though, like crazy though. Like I mean, I think it'll be the opposite, right? Like I mean, people
No.
start eating less meat
Dude,
because
no,
of
no,
knowing
it's been
of
more.
how. I really strongly believe this though. I really think a lot of the plant-based food is gonna hit skyrocket because of this whole pandemic thing. I really predict that. I don't really mean it though. I really predict that. I think you know what I mean. But you go ahead.
But you know, fish. I thought were like, you know, yo, they've been slow as hell. Every day we get hit. Every day we get hit bad, like bad. As soon as we open the store, these people already coming in. It's crazy.
That's nuts, man. I mean, because
You know,
if you
and,
think
you
about
know-
it, it's like JT was saying, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like people like, some people like overbuying stuff too, like, and not leaving enough for
hell
other
yeah.
people, right? So how does that have been for you over there at where you work at?
Bro, people been coming in getting 4 or 5 pounds at a time. Let me get 10 of this. Let me get 5 pounds of that. Let me get 8 pounds of this. Let me get 6 pounds of that. It's
Nah, but for real,
Crazy.
where's what you got for us, B? No
I
care
got for
package,
you.
no nothing, no care
got a
package. You
handshake.
can hear some
I got a
chicken,
hand- I
hear
got a
some
hand-
stir fry.
You know what? For you,
some
you know what? For you,
shit.
for
Some
you,
gordura,
Bodega,
some
I'm gonna get you
mondongo,
some
para que
nice
haga una
chicken,
sopa,
alright?
nada de esto, loco. Tráeme algo, maní. Let me get the fucking ginger ale, the 3-liter ones that guys have. I see that 3-liter ginger ale you got in your house, man. That's some special shit, B. That's some special delivery. 3-liter ginger ale.
3 ginger
They don't
ale.
make them like that no more, cuz.
So you know, in terms of like, in terms of like current events for the whole meat and everything about Trump putting that executive order to keep the meat plants open, it's been affecting. Like certain things we haven't been able to get. We've been shorted for a couple of things, sometimes a week. We haven't really been able to get all our stuff all at once. You know, our main purveyor for chicken got shut down, so we had to switch to another one that's even more expensive, but like it's compensating a lot. It's affecting the industry for real. You guys hear me?
No, we hear you. Because I'm actually researching it right now, though. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, though, as far as like, you know, people really shifting over to something different as far as like eating, because, you know, the way they trying to make it look like, you know, how the COVID-19 started is because of eating, you know, meat, right? Bats that, you know what I'm saying, contain a certain virus that our body's not really accustomed to.
So
I'm just
the whole
reading
thing
right
they
now.
So what they said was that there was a protein that was in the bats that mixed with a protein in the human body, that it was like a perfect combination, and that's how it like birthed. That's what they said. But now they're saying that it was actually in a facility, like Nell's been saying since the beginning. So
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
let's talk about the fact a virus is a man-made thing in a lab, so it's not like a plague is natural. Like a plague is natural. That's something that happens through like your natural, like a natural disease that the earth carries, or an infectious plant gives you. But a virus is made in a lab purposely by a man and is spread by us. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. We have to explain that to people. People don't know the difference. Am I correct?
You want me to answer that?
No, yes,
I mean,
yes, Dr.
Yeah.
Nelly, you're correct, Dr. Nelly.
Dr. Nelly.
You're correct, Dr. Nelly.
Dr. Nelly.
Listen, how
God.
about yesterday? It was almost summertime, and everybody came out without the mask, without jackets. They came out
Oh,
in
yeah,
shorts.
it was crazy.
Man, that's insane. It was crazy
Then I
yesterday.
look outside today. It's fucking cold. Everybody got their jacket. Everybody got their mask. Everybody got their gloves. It's like if the corona left and came back.
Now, it's crazy, but as you mentioned that, it makes me very concerned about the summer of 2020. If this pandemic is over, that, you know, we've been so accustomed to
It
like,
ain't over. It ain't over.
It
This is
ain't
gonna be
over,
a
but I
year.
mean, let's just say this though. Let's just say that this pandemic is over by July, whatever the case is. you know, again though, people honestly though, we call it quarantine, but it's more like house arrest. You know, actually, because quarantine is really about people who are sick that should be home, but all of us are required to stay home. So this is really house arrest, opposed to calling it quarantine, right?
JT. If people were to see the coronaviruses like with their visual eye on the streets, you think motherfuckers will go outside? They're like, oh hell nah, it's a big ass corona right there, nigga. You can see it.
That's crazy about it.
See it. The motherfuckers like, let's quarantine, let's do this to protect ourselves, and they can still go outside like it's not out there. And if it was a big green monster, like, I'm corona, niggas be like, but they see it.
And that's crazy as you say that. Like, I mean, when you think about just the history of viruses, right? Like Melanie was just talking about, even with AIDS, when it was first introduced, people didn't know how it was contracted. So when AIDS was actually introduced, people had the same conception. You just can't be around someone who has AIDS because it can be airborne. And it wasn't until later on that we found out that it's contracted through blood transfusion. You know what I'm saying? So with the corona, it's a whole different thing as well, though. We don't understand there's a whole virus itself still. You know what I'm saying? And again, though, if you think at the math, look at the math, the data, right? The real data of it. How many people in the world have cases of corona compared to the population of the world? There's about almost 8 billion people living in the world. How many cases are there of corona right now? Let's just do the math right now.
Confirmed? 3 million.
Yes, confirmed.
Confirmed. But that number is 10, 20 times higher
is
than
3
that.
million? But what's the math, though, the percentage-wise of the population, 8 billion people compared to that number? I'm just saying, though, like, just let the data speak for it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we got to think about data. And speaking of which, the Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, right? He actually went through the whole Bill Gates vaccine thing. And he actually said, you know what, we got to go with real data because the numbers has been fudged, though, in order to really justify this whole quarantine. So they had to really fudge the data. It's one thing we also have to like think about too, though, because a lot of things has been manipulated as far as like data of how many cases. Even with doctors that came out open and said that, you know, anyone that dies, we have to make it where in a death certificate they died of COVID-19. But actually, it was not COVID-19. They had other health problems that led to their death. But they are forced to say that it was COVID-19. So again, man, I'm a critical thinker, man. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking right now.
Yeah, JT couldn't have said it better.
Talk to me, Ellie. Talk to me, man.
I'm doing the math, man. I'm doing the math right now, baby boy.
I'm doing the numbers.
So JT, you on top of your shit, boy.
No, I'm just saying though, man. I mean, listen, it's a lot of things.
Yo, man,
really,
shout out to JC and
questions.
Rock Nation. They just bought like 3 C-Towns uptown, B. Word up, man. We opening up, B. Big Chang gang, you heard?
GC Town.
You know what I mean? But again, though, man, listen. I just, you know, people just do their own research and really think about it, man. Like, I mean, it's a lot of things you gotta like raise questions to. You know what I'm saying? We just can't look at it and accept things the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Just say because.
But Jay, you gotta think about it this way. They cannot 100% tell the truth. They can't do that. They gotta hold off because we don't really know what's going on. You know, it could be one thing, it could be another. It could be really bad, it could be really good, it could be a lie, it could be true. Yeah. It's always somewhere in the middle.
I did the math, man. It's 3.5 of the world's percent, 3.5% of the world's population, 3.5% of the world population is infected.
But that's confirmed cases, though. That's
confirmed cases. Yeah, for confirmed cases. People who have contracted it.
We've all had it. We've all had that shit one way or the other.
Yeah. But also, those numbers could be manipulated too, though. Let's not get it twisted, though. Right? Again, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Where people have died, and doctors are forced to put on the death certificate that they died of the coronavirus.
Yeah, there was a press release.
Not get it twisted.
There was a press release where a lot of doctors, like the head doctors of a lot of hospitals, were mandated to express on the deceased birth certificate that they died of COVID-19 and they died of something else, a stab wound or a heart attack. You know what I mean?
So, because they gotta back the data, though. They gotta actually, back the data to justify this whole quarantine, man. To justify what's going on, this pandemic.
Exactly.
So again, though, man, we gotta really start critically thinking, man. We gotta stop, just going based on, what we see on mainstream media, because mainstream media is bought. Like, Bill Gates is a prime example, man. Bill Gates is known as being like a good, quote unquote, billionaire, but people will know how much involved he is with mainstream media. This man has MSNBC. If you guys don't know, which is Microsoft, national broadcast. Like, it's like, yo, you gotta understand that, man.
Yeah, you do, man. Definitely, it makes you wonder about hidden agendas. And he was already speaking about biological infections and warfare and having vaccines and all this. He's the head runner for all of that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to run for president when the next elections come.
Listen, man, if Donald Trump becomes the president, man, everything's possible, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Imagine.
See, listen, when Donald Trump became president, that's when I knew everything was bullshit. I was like, everything's bullshit. I don't believe nothing.
Absolutely,
Everything's
man.
bullshit. Because if you let Donald Trump be president, come on, yo. I read the other day that because of him saying that disinfectant, Bodega, you gotta lower that a little bit. I can't even hear myself talk. That
he's jamming right now.
He's jamming right now.
Bodega, lower it down a little bit. Bodega.
He was that the whole disinfectant and like injecting that shit and all that. There was people who actually did it and call them poison control. Like, what makes you think like injecting something like that is gonna help you? That's just stupid.
But it
Like,
just
people
shows you
don't
the
think
mind
for
control,
themselves.
how easy it is, though, man. How easy it is to control people.
It's
That
insane.
they just basically
It's
take
insane.
by, a person that is in a position of power, and whatever they say, it's so. You know what I mean? And they just go by it. They don't question anything, though.
Donald Trump was clearly
it's funny when you say it because
mocking.
Because one of the people they appointed to the committee of trying to solve like the pandemic, this guy used to be an owner of a pet store.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Like he's not even qualified to be part of that committee, and just because he has ties to certain people, he got appointed there. He has no experience.
It's called cronyism, where you actually have ties to certain people because
this guy, he's the owner of a pet store.
Yeah.
Like, really?
And that's very common, though. Very common.
Yeah.
So supposedly Obama left Donald Trump a playbook on how to deal with a pandemic.
Yeah.
And because it was Obama stamping on it, he completely threw it away. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. And that's when he disbanded the whole infectious disease council. Remember that? A couple years ago?
Yes.
Like, Obama had it here, this is what you do. And Trump was just threw that shit in the garbage. Like, I don't want that shit. Then blames Obama for faulty testing for something that he hasn't even been office in for 4 years.
That's insane, man. It's insane, man.
He's just a typical narcissist.
Yeah, he is. Definitely is. There's a lot of things going on, and we gotta just wonder what the truth is. And you know what? Some people might say, you know what? Oh, you being a conspiracy theorist, but you know what? Listen, man. Believing in the government and believing what the mainstream media tells you has been proven that they lie to us a lot, and they don't tell us the full story. So, we also have to. We always have to do our research and try to find out things on our own as well, because we don't know what the truth is. So we don't. Look,
we gotta assess ourselves, man. We gotta just stop going by what we
do. Wait. Perfect example. This was like about a week ago. I think I forwarded this article to you guys on the Dinner at the Round Table podcast chat group on WhatsApp, right? About 5 years ago, there were these videos that came out regarding some UFO sightings, right? So the government denied it. They denied it hard body, right? They denied it hard body. all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, about a week or two, about a week ago,
Welcome to dinner at the Round
basically
Table Podcast.
disclassified it. Like they they were transparent about it. So you know what? After many years of holding this back from you guys, is actually those videos were true. They're real videos, and they weren't a hoax or anything. So it just goes to tell you, like, what is there to believe from the government? They lie to you, and then they don't lie to you, and then they tell you the truth. Or maybe they're using this as a distraction so that we get away from the COVID-19 thing. That's a hoax, and now we are focused on the alien thing instead of coronavirus. It's like,
damn, that's a wow, man. I never
That's
thought of it that
insane.
way. That
Let me
definitely
ask
could
you
be
guys this question.
yeah.
and let me just fend it up like this. Like Denzel Washington said, if you don't read the news, you're disinformed. But if you read the news, you're misinformed.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So it's like a lose-lose situation. You're right about that, man. But quick, try to. You want to say something?
Yeah, so, do you guys think the human race can actually handle the truth? The full truth, not the bullshit. Do you think they can actually handle it?
No, you want to answer that first?
Yeah, go ahead. You take the floor.
All it is truth, though. That's all it is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
No, you're not understanding. I'm saying the full truth, not the bullshit. The full truth.
thing is
Everything,
that
100%.
the way we've been brought up,
People
of
can't
thinking-
handle the truth.
the way we've been
They tell
brought
you
up.
Oh, they
next
right
week
about
is
that.
over. Next week is a new.
They can't handle it. You might, Nell might, I might, Bodega might, because we're smart. We're smart people. But the average Joe won't be able to handle it. It'll be mass panic. It'll be people going crazy. You don't know what the truth is. Nobody does.
That all stems. Hold on, let me just say this. That all stems of how you were brought up, your education, where you are brought up to basically take orders, to be obedient. You know what I'm saying? So this is why they know how it's so easy to really control people, because they go by just basically seems to one that's been, taught to you, a person of power. So therefore, whatever they say, you have to go by what they say. You know what I mean? But you can't control a critical thinker if that person has been taught to be a critical thinker since birth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're born into this world knowing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything is based on how the way you were taught.
So what do you think? So what do you think? If the truth is that there's aliens that actually run the entire world, how do you think the human population will take that? This is hypothetical. This is not saying it's true.
I know, but this is the whole thing, right? The same way that they force lies on us, it's the same way they could force the truth on us.
Yes. Because
we believed on so many lies. We grew up on lies. We grew up thinking that, religion is not man-made, that it comes from a divine power. And it's not, it is man-made. We force the masses to do that. So why can't we force the masses to believe in the truth? You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, like the human race is so advanced that we know that the truth is the answer, not lies. We hate being lied to. People back then hated to know the truth because they wanted to believe in, in a superficial situation. But that's changed already. So why not say the truth? Force it on us. The same way they force lies, let's force the truth, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because at the end of the day, they forced us to believe the lies, and we think that that's the truth, when in actuality it's not the truth, it's just a lie.
Yeah.
So why not just force the truth on us, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
And the reason they don't force the truth because they want that control. They want to have that power.
Exactly, and that's the reason why they don't do it, because they want to have something on you to be like, you know what? Let's give every little thing in a grain of salt type of situation. Like, if these motherfuckers act up, we make up a story about this. If they act up, we do this, we do that, the third. It's all a mind control. It's all about controlling the masses. You know what I'm saying? They want you to basically live your life like it's a test.
They mind fucking us, B. They
Like
mind fucking us.
They are.
Don't go outside. There's coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's 72 degrees. Motherfuckers want to start barbecuing. I smelled barbecue last night.
Yeah.
Right?
But they go.
Barbecuing, right?
But they
Because
go.
you in the heights.
Viruses
You
out
in the
there.
heights.
Motherfuckers don't see that shit.
You in the heights. That's why.
Now
But they
listen,
got-
you wake up, you look outside your
Soon as
window,
it's
you look at
60
Broadway,
degrees, they
and you see a
barbecuing
fucking
outside.
spacecraft downstairs with 3 aliens. You gonna believe it, right? You be like, oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
shit. Let me call Seamless.
Look, man. Listen, man. Listen, but they got the listeners want to know what you think about whether the
We're
truth
right. Well, give
worse
us
than
your
a
take,
lie.
man.
You think people can handle the truth?
Now they can't do you. Listen, look, a prime example is like what was it, like 3 months ago? I mean 3 weeks ago. My fault. I've been, listen. They tell you, yo, it's gonna be 20 more days. 21 days passes, and they're gonna be like, listen, it's gonna be 21 more days. They can't tell you it's gonna be 3 whole months together because we'll go crazy.
That's
When you
right.
tell 21 days, the 21 days, we'll be like, it's getting better. No, it's not, motherfucker. They prolonging this shit, B. 21 days. 21 days.
They're making it like a
Ain't
gradual
no
process.
vaccine
It's very
coming in
gradually.
21
Yes.
days.
Yes.
Ain't shit finishing in 21 days. What's
Yeah,
happening in 21 days? Another one, 21 days, guys. Calm down. It'll be a whole year.
That's
It's like a
right.
whole-
Yeah.
It's a whole year.
And that's what I said. I said
I agree. I agree with that.
The powers that be, they try to give us everything like in little grains of salt. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
gradual.
You want the
like a
whole lump
gradual
sum, huh? You want the
process.
whole lump sum, son.
Not the whole long sum, but at least start revealing certain things that we know that are not.
Bit by bit, though. I mean, they know how to understand
Yeah,
like
man.
human psyche. They get it.
They
They
know.
get it.
As long
they
as
know,
Chris
they know.
Ryder has a job, he goes downtown, he hits me up every morning like, yo, Ram. I mean, AKA Bodega, because my name is Ramses. But yo, Ram, listen, don't come outside today. Shit is hectic out here. That's my guy right there. He lets me know. Once Chris Money tells me it's good to come outside, listen, we outside. But until then, listen to Chris Money and Ramsey, man. Listen.
Well, taking the DJ,
Yeah,
man.
man. Damn, man.
Oh, man. But you know what? As we talk about this whole thing, right?
Welcome
I
to
think
dinner
we're
at the
fighting a
Round
much
Table
more dangerous
Podcast.
virus. And what I mean by that, we have a more dangerous virus. And I think the most dangerous threat to us when it comes to virus is fear,
That's the
which
biggest
is more
virus.
severe than this whole coronavirus.
And guess
It's
what?
Fear.
Dinner at the
And
Round
that
guess what?
Table
virus,
Podcast.
that virus is man-made like every other virus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys want to know
And guess what?
this little nugget right here? So, you know how like now
Is
believe
it a
that,
chicken
you know,
nugget?
no, that global warming is not a thing. It's the
I told
actual
you.
like psyche of the
Well,
earth.
no,
which
that's
is
no,
true.
that's no take.
Told you.
That's no take.
No, but he has a point in that because if you look at the history of the world, it goes through cycles. It goes through cold cycles, warm cycles. Scientists say that there's actual like bacteria trapped in the ice that is like 10 times more lethal than anything we've ever seen. So if those polar ice caps melt and that shit releases into the air, over. And we have no immunity to that shit because that shit was before humanity was even born, supposedly.
Well, you know what? I definitely take that. But go ahead. No, I knew you want to say
But
something.
yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
like that's another thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like politicians are very tricky, and when people are trying to raise money for something, they'll come up with any excuse or a lie to make sure that they sell a story to get money. And global warming is definitely a scam. It was a scam. It's been proven, and it's a scam that was fed to us. And people still nowadays believe that. People still believe in it. People still think global warming is a thing. The world goes through changes. The ozone layer had a big hole and it just closed like 2 weeks ago. It finally finished closing because the Earth goes through stuff like that all the time.
No, it's not 100% yet, but
It's
there.
almost
It's
there.
in
It's almost
recovery.
there. You
It's
see what I'm
in
talking about?
recovery.
But you saw
It's
the
in
article,
recovery.
right? About the ozone layer
That's
like
what-
had a big hole.
yeah, it's in
Closed.
recovery.
You know why?
But
For two reasons, because we got a little bit better at being more conscious
Is this what you want?
of things that destroy our environment. So we become better at that. At the same time, Earth goes through changes. It goes through cold spurts. It goes through hot spurts. It goes through spurts where it decomposes itself and it builds itself back up. That's a natural thing of the environment. But us human beings that are smart, or we have a certain amount of intelligence, we use that to distract the rest of us into thinking, hey, we need to raise money for this because the world's coming to an end. And then what happens? $100 billion are bumped into something that doesn't really exist just to make some guys' pockets fatter, and it's terrible. That's a terrible situation.
I mean, let me just respond to that real quick. What I would say is like, I mean, yes, I would agree that I mean the Earth definitely goes through a certain phases though. I mean, I think that's could be definitely backed, you know what I mean, backed up by science. But I would definitely say it's coming in more of a rapid pace though. And what I mean by that, I mean pollution is real. Like, I mean, you can't debate that. Pollution is real. You know what I mean? Like, pollution definitely damages the ozone layer. Like, it's no way you could, you know what I mean, debunk that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the way we run our, you know what I'm saying, our economy that damages our ecosystem, where first of all, we're damaging our ecosystem by, first of all, cutting up trees. It's a scientific evidence that we need trees for oxygen, but because we're so, you know what I mean, motivated by profit, that we're trying to, you know, build more space to build more economy, we're basically cutting off natural resources that we need to survive. You know what I mean? Where we're cutting off trees that we need for oxygen. I mean, that's evidence, it's scientific evidence. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, with the whole factories, cars, you know what I mean, blowing out all this you know, fusion of bringing out, you know what I mean, air where it's basically bad for our lungs. It's a whole, you know what I mean, like, you can't debate that, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I mean, there's no way you could ever, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know what I mean, try to counter that. You know what I'm saying? I really believe, though, it's happening at a much rapid pace, and we got to be very mindful of it, because even going out now, because it's less, you know, cars and things are shut down, the air seems a lot fresher to me when I go outside now.
No, it does. You're right. And let's try that real quick, man. You kept on turning off your camera there. But you was in picking your nose there, little buddy?
No.
There, little buddy?
Nah, I was just sending a text real quick.
You were taking the earwax out your ear there, little buddy? Look at Chris, man. Oh, you was checking on that prime meat you're cooking in your kitchen there, buddy.
Prime meat.
actually, I got some dry ribeye instead.
But yeah, man.
My job, they gives me like $100 credit, food credit every week. So.
Yo, Chris, what you sipping on, Chris? What you sipping on, Chris? What you got in the APL?
I had some Jack Daniels, but just upstairs.
Oh, word! You got liquor?
A little bit.
You were doing IPA, cuz?
Yeah, a little bit.
Jay got his IPA on deck?
Yeah, man. But listen, man.
There you go, buddy.
But definitely on what JT was saying about, I've definitely noticed that the air is the air is definitely purer right now. You can breathe a little bit better. But you don't want to breathe too much now, because you might catch the COVID-19.
There's actually satellite images that show like radar about that shit, and they show like before the shit and after. It's like completely different.
So you know what? Bringing that subject right now, what do you guys think about the 5G theory?
The 5G theory is true, man. It's a real thing. It's a combination of a lot of stuff going on, man. We're being attacked from different parts. Yeah, man. So you already know, man, the 5G situation. I definitely think it's a combination of that and, you know, other things that are going on. But the coronavirus, remember, the coronavirus did exist for about 50 years or more, right, before all of this. And COVID-19 is just supposed to be a different strain. But the 5G radiation is definitely causing people issues, too, with their immune system. And we got to take heed to that and really think about what these 5G towers have been doing to people. Because remember, 5G is not a system that's integrated into your phone only. It's a system that lives amongst us in our environment. It lives with us. It's like a virtual reality within us. So it's part of our environment. So if you think about it, something that has that much potential, our body's not being used to it. Our bodies have to adapt to it. And that may cause us to have health conditions too. So we got to think about all that. But next week, we're going to have an episode on that, but what's your guys' thoughts on that real quick?
Now, we definitely have, I mean, that's a whole different separate episode, though, because, I mean, it's going to be a lot of dialogue with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dialogue with that. And honestly, listen, I don't want to sound, again, like a conspiracy theorist, but China has a lot to do with it. I'm going to leave it like that.
And how much of a coincidence is it that China had a lot to do with COVID-19 and 5G And there was a research going on about COVID-19 3 years prior to COVID-19 in China before 5G came down.
Oh man, nah,
Chris, man,
nah,
come
nah,
on,
nah.
man.
What
Oh,
y'all forgot
man,
to mention
oh,
was
man.
that motherfucking Chinese hornet with the big eyes.
And now we got these
With that
Chinese,
hornet killed that rat.
and now we got these Asian hornets that are lethal. If they sting you, you're done.
We've been had Kato with the green hornet, but now we got the Asian hornet. No,
Well, you sound like Darth Vader right now. Fix your mic, bro.
Yeah, he's a little bit low.
He sounds like the Terminator.
Yo, Chris Ryder, what's your take on it real quick though, man?
I'm gonna say it for next week.
Okay,
Say something briefly, man. Just say something.
Nah, I'm gonna say it for next week. Me and Nell had a big discussion about that on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So
Respect that.
son.
yeah, I'm gonna save it for next
Chris
week.
believes in the government a little bit too much, I think.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yes, he
No, I
does.
don't. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
He has to see it to believe it. That's why. He's the type of guy he is. You know what I'm saying? There you
No,
go.
I don't.
Yeah, but what do you think about it, man? Real quick, we're our listeners. Tell them what Bodega thinks, man. Freedom City, you heard? Bodega, are you there?
I'm here. Hey, what you saying, baby?
About the 5G situation and all this conspiracy behind
I
COVID-19,
believe in
5G.
the Ivy League school. I've been up to local universities. I've been to Harvard, squads,
Yeah, but hey, you're not coming in too good,
Yeah,
man.
we can't hear you. We can't hear you that much.
What's going on?
What you mean you can't hear me, man? What the fuck's going on?
Now we can hear you, but you sound like the Beastie Boys in that electronics rap song that they got.
Sabotage!
Well, yeah, but listen, man, we're gonna Chris Ryder is being kind of silent right now. You know,
Do I sound good now? Do I sound better?
you sound a
You
little
sound
bit
better, yeah.
now.
You sound better right now, yeah.
Yeah, y'all.
So what do you think about this 5G situation? We're gonna get into that in the next episode. So what are your thoughts, real quick, about it, Bodega?
Like I told you, man, I'm living at the Ivy League school, man. Harvard, University, little geek squad is trying to get experiments. We almost had it, but up and away. No, nigga, that's the COVID-19 shit back together right there. Don't let it grow, man. It's 1, 2, and 3 ridiculous. You see how shit happens?
Oh man, but listen, man. Now we got these killer hornets, man. I don't know what's going on right now, bro. Well, anyway, maybe those hornets were created in a lab too. Who knows? So anyway, but the whole thing is we're gonna jump into some Bodega, the DJ mixes right now.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna let him
Chris
do his
Ryder's
thing.
turn right there.
And Chris Ryder, man, you're being kind of silent, but I know you got some bombs coming next week, man. I'm gonna be ready for you, brother.
That quarantine beer got Chris looking all intellectual and shit like a brownie, man.
Listen, if 2020 was a face, it'd be mine right now.
Yeah. You look like you've been reading like you read like 200 books in fucking the last 2 months.
Well, I've really been trying to.
When actually you've been cutting a lot of meat and not reading books.
I've actually been trying to.
So you're like a meat intellectual.
I've actually been trying to get my book written. So, I got like at least 10 pages of it.
Oh, so I mean,
And I got
what's
some
the
other stuff
introduction
from
though?
other
Like
laptops.
your introduction to the book is like something about like when you got your first knife to cut meat or something. Like, oh, when I first got my first knife, I like felt the thrill of cutting meat and like.
Oh God, yo.
I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna jump into Bodega the DJ. Bodega the DJ, man, spin those records for these people, man, real quick. Yeah, Bodega, you gotta
Raise it up, though. Raise it up.
raise it up a little bit, but. Bodega, I think your soundboard is not connected to the laptop that good anymore, like it was earlier. Check it. I don't know what's going on, bro.
What you mean that it's not sounding right?
It's not sounding right. We're gonna have to double check that. real quick.
I had to move everything around the first time.
Yeah, earlier you had it fine. This the second time around we're having technical difficulties with the music and with the DJ soundboard. See if you can finagle that real quick. Bodega, let's jump with.
And back to JT and Chris Ryder.
Yeah, man. You don't sound too good, man. Sorry about that. We're not gonna. I mean, you could rock out a little bit there with little tunes in the back if you want. They don't sound too good, guys. So we're back for a little bit. We won't let Bodega do his thing.
But you know what? Let's give a final thought, though, man. I mean, let's just go.
Go with the final thought. Go with the final thoughts.
All right, go ahead, shoot off, Chris, since you didn't want to talk earlier.
Nah. Listen, I'm over this COVID-19 business. You know, I want to get back. I want baseball back, man. I miss baseball. I don't even miss basketball. I don't care. But, I miss baseball.
Go to DR.
You know, you Dominican, but you're supposed to love baseball. It's in your blood, Papa. It's in your blood. Anyways, I'm just over this whole thing. I want to go back to normal. You know, this pandemic has not changed nobody. These customers are still rude and disrespectful. You know, they don't understand the fact of the word no because they're not used to it. But you know what's the crazy thing about it though? I've gotten a lot of thank you for your service. Like I'm a military man. Like thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your service. You know, I would say like 1 out of every 20 customers are disrespectful. But other than that, like my job's taking care of me some. You know, it's not great, but it's actually good.
Have any of the customers that visit your location thank you on the beautiful job that you've done cutting the meat at work? Like,
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God, such a great art form you have there, Chris. Mr. Chris.
Show is sponsored by.
You know, I've been working since it all started. Things are starting to get a little bit better. You're seeing it as people are adjusting to it, and you know, like I said, I'm ready for baseball to come back above all. So,
all right. Well,
you know, and my son's getting bigger. He's about to be 8 months, and
damn, Kate.
I think tomorrow. Where's the
Shout
6th?
out to baby Chris.
He's gonna come out of quarantine being an animal, bro.
He's already an animal. His personality is there already. He's a funny little kid.
Well, you know, it runs in his genes. You're an animal yourself, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I look like an animal though, you know, but it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. But JT, man, what's your final thought, brother?
I mean, my final thought, honestly, thinking about this whole. You know,
you got Dora the Explorer in the background there, man, playing. What's going on?
What happened?
You got like Dora the Explorer playing in the background?
Me?
Yeah, you guys sound like you have like a kids show in the background playing around.
Oh, I do, right? My daughter's actually watching cartoons right now.
Man, shout out to baby kids.
Echo.
Oh man, but you know what I mean? Yeah. You sound like a whole old school DJ Clue right now, the mixtape.
Shout out to John Tupo.
Oh, Kid Capri right there. Kid Capri.
Yeah, Kid Capri
right there. For
See,
real,
now you
for
sound
real.
better than earlier. What happened? What was it you did? You did it.
I had a fuck with the wire. I had the different.
Yeah, the wire, man. You got to fix the wire.
I had to switch it up. Not you fixed up my spiel like I showed you earlier. We took a little 1, 2.
Oh yeah, there you go, man. Yeah. But JT, man.
Oh man,
thought, brother.
But listen, I mean, I'm gonna keep it. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it short and simple though, because honestly, I definitely want to make sure that we actually have a part 2 to this. But I definitely want to, you know, go of quote. I actually learned from another podcast that Benjamin Franklin. I mean, shout out to the Godcast. I mean, Lord Jamar. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a learner though, man. Like, I mean, I'm learning from other people though. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not about being egoistic and feeling as if you could do things by yourself. So I'm always about just having an open mind and just basically learning from other people. But Benjamin Franklin, who was not a U.S. president, who is in the most highest bill of the U.S. currency, right? Because I mean, Benjamin Franklin's on the $100 bill, and one quote, yeah, and one quote he said is that those who so in other words, those who will give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
Shit, that's crazy.
That's deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are giving up their liberty for this temporarily, you know what I mean, safety. And it just shows you how easy it is to really control the population.
Yeah,
and really, you know what I mean, for them to submit of just giving up their whole liberty of something that they have no knowledge of, and because of the way they've been brought up, of thinking like whatever a person that's in power says, it's so. So, you know what I'm saying? That really resonated to me so much. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a quote by Benjamin Franklin, man, that, I mean, it definitely hit me. Hit me very, you know what I mean? It definitely got to me.
Look at what they got.
Oh, fellow
Oh man, yeah, man. But listen, man, Benjamin Franklin. Shout out to Benjamin Franklin, the creator of the bifocal, of many other creations. Mentioned a lot of other creations, but let's not talk about the ideas that he stole from other inventors that weren't white like himself, right? But he's definitely
Thomas Edison is the biggest.
Yeah, but he definitely was a great inventor himself. That quote, man, resonates a lot, like, in me, because I know exactly what it means. And we definitely, this time around, man, and a lot of times we've demonstrated that we do let the government control us too much. And this is a prime example. They use a little bit of fear and mass hysteria to shut us down, and we're shut down, brother. Look, we're here doing the podcast from 4 different locations. We only go out when we need essential goods, and the only one who has freedom right now is the silent killer, the animal, the butcher, and we're here stuck at home. So you know, it's just
you gotta give him a shot. You gotta give him a shot before he goes.
Yeah, man, it's just insane, bro. And you know, to tell you,
always gotta throw a shot. I like it now. You always gotta throw them.
Yeah, when you're willing to sacrifice when you're willing to sacrifice your liberty and your freedom, you should be ashamed of yourself for that. And that's one of the main points of that that quote that you said, JT, that if you're willing to give that up, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm ashamed of our human race right now, especially in the United States of America. Because think about this, in China's bigger than us population-wise, and they were able to contain the COVID-19 in one city. How is it that we have this shit throughout our whole country?
That's a great point. That is a great point.
City, and that's where it first came from. So they were prepared for this. China knew.
I don't know.
China was prepared for this. They knew what was going on. My final thought is, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a backstory to everything. China wasn't saying there's definitely an alternative story to everything. And we will find out the truth. But unfortunately, it's going to be after we've already been smothered. And we've been fucking, basically, how do you call that word? Bamboozled. We've been bamboozled into thinking of something is true when in actuality is all a lie. It's going to be at that point when it's too late that we realize, oh shit, we spent a year in this system and this whole shit was just a lie. Or not all of it was a lie, but some of it was a lie. You see what I'm saying? That's my final thought, man. Just like our listeners out there, man, just always have an alternative way of thinking and always think about the same way that we have an alternative thinking is the same way the government has an alternative motive. That's my final thought.
Look who decided to wake up.
Hey, Jeremiah, what's up, brother? There you go.
First time on the podcast.
There you go, brother. Your first virtual podcast. How you feel there, little buddy?
I feel good.
How does it feel to be in the arms of a killer?
It feels all right, you know.
He's like, oh, son, doesn't
Why
matter.
you talking about my daddy like that?
He's like, he gave birth to me. It doesn't matter. I don't really judge him like that.
Damn.
Like, get off me, killer. You see, they slapped him in the face. Like, get off me, you killer. Like, he's like, stop it, Dad. Stop it.
Yo.
Shout out to Jeremiah, man. Jeremiah Corbin Rivera.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, but that's how it is, man. Your bodega, we gonna end up for you, man. Even though your system is kind of fucked up, play the tunes however you can, brother. Peace out. Catch us next week when we talk about 5G. Is it a conspiracy?
Yes, sir.
Or is it a real thing? You already know. Peace
Yes,
out,
sir.
The Roundtable Podcast.
Jip.
Shout out to the PX.
Chit. Jay, you didn't do that today, man. What happened? Did you?
I did. Of course I did.
Yeah, all right. I was about to say that. What's going on? You're losing it, brother. Don't let the forces that be make you lose the jit.
Nah. Of course not, brother. Come on, man.
Yo, Jeremiah, peace out, man. Yo, Chris, try to keep on killing those meats, brother. Keep on chopping away there, kiddo. All right.